Hello, and welcome to Detroit by Dark. I am Mason Mystery Wright, and our computer may crash. It may crash at any moment, and the show will be over, and I won't be back for weeks. Because I need to upgrade everything. Okay, we are at the Cosmic Vault, just outside the orbital plane of Neptune. I am Mason Mystery Wright. Let's see who's here before we start. I don't think anyone is here, even though Clearwater Chad gave us a good shout out. Let's take a look at the restream. This is when I crashed last time. Clearwater Chad is here. Hello, Chad. Now, when you're in the chat and you're not on the show, that means you're a fan. You're in the stands. You're in the stands, and you can be yourself, or you can be anybody you want. But you're a fan in the stands, waiting for the entity to attack. So here we are. We're at the Cosmic Vault. I imagine the entity is going to choose a tier that the hero teams will face the killer on. Absorb it within its ichor. And then I imagine the entity will take off for Earth. And because of the three-body problem, nobody knows where it will land when it arrives. I am Mason Mystery Wright, taking over for Detroit by Dark, taking over for George Norrie, taking over for Art Bell, who took over for Anton LaVey, who took over for Rasputin, who took over for... It keeps going. I don't know. Eventually it's Satan. Hey everybody, how's it going? Easter's coming up. All right, we're on Earth. Here's the random location. I'm Mason Mystery Wright. We landed in Australia. And the entity will enter Earth's atmosphere very slowly. The entity is 10 miles in circumference. I looked it up. If it were to enter Earth's atmosphere as fast as it could fly, it would destroy all of Earth. I looked it up. Excuse me for 2 seconds. I am Mason Mystery Wright. I'm still, if there are any Filipino women between the age of 18 and 36 single who want to join my wife and I. My wife is a very lonely Filipino woman, doesn't know any other Filipino women. If you'd like to join us as purely platonic, please contact us. That's my PSA for the day. The alien blob flies through, it attacks. Now we know the entity, it scans the minds of the population for one killer and one treasure. And it does that. It does that. Damn. Come on. And then it's going to suck hero teams into the ichor. Okay? Now, real quick, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, everybody. The show usually goes about 14 minutes. I'll check the chat in 2 seconds. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. Sucks hero teams into the ichor. But this is an NPC run territory, which means it gets 5% chance to survive. Gets a 5% chance to survive. Okay. Trying to go fast. I am Mason Mystery, right? Let's see who's here. Computer may crash at any minute, and if so, I'll see you in a few weeks. Let's see who's here. This is a first, everybody. This is a first. We have someone in the chat talking to us while we do the show. After like 12 shows, we finally have that. Yes, I'm a fan. Just checking in. Going back to bed soon. I will listen for a bit. So Clearwater Chad is in the stands, and we see him in the stands, and he kind of waves, and he takes his popcorn, and he will walk away. He will walk away from the show while the show is live. I mean, I don't want to say, okay, all right, that's bye while live. All right, everybody. Who else is here? I don't know if you're here unless you talk. I don't out anybody. What were we going to do? Skull, Clearwater Chad. A great appearance on the show. Probably got more hits on that video. What I did was a highlight of my interview with Clearwater. More hits on that than anything. It's like I'm interviewing Paul McCartney or somebody. What are we doing? Oh, the entity chooses a tier that the hero teams will fight the killer on. And it's a very safe tier, the Wisconsin Plain tier. That's good. Doesn't favor the killer or favor the survivors. Actually, I would say it favors the killer a bit because there's not that many places to hide in the plains, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't know if we have anyone. This is the last chance for anyone to defend Earth. So let's check the stream. Nope, nobody's defending Earth, and we don't. Let me show where we landed, by the way. Darn it. Zoom. We landed here, the western part of Australia, which has already been devoured. So the entity goes to the next nearest territory, which has not been devoured. Those are safe territories. 2 in a row. Philippines 3 fighting and Philippines 4 fighting. And we move in and we see a territory that was devoured a few weeks ago. This was the show that Clearwater was on. It was Cambodia. So we took out half of Cambodia, so now we're actually taking out the other half of Cambodia. They have a 5% chance to survive. Clearwater's still watching as he's, sometimes people turn around when they're at the exit and they watch. And so yes, the other 20 million people live in Cambodia. I'm going to roll the 5% chance. Roll the D100. Go. Nope. They are devoured. So I'm going to show you the killer. The information part of the show. So the killer for CK2, which is Cambodia Kuapia, which in Cambodian means fighting, 2, is a Naga. If anyone here has played Dungeons and Dragons, and I imagine most people in the shitverse have, you know what the Naga is. Half snake, half human. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, Nagas are a class of mythical, semi-divine beings, often depicted as half-human, half-serpent. They are known for their strength and beauty, and can assume either wholly human or wholly serpentine forms. And here's a beautiful picture. I hope I'm on the right scene. I am. Of a Naga, drawn by a 13-year-old. Now we go to the Cosmic Vault. This is a good treasure ripped out of the ground by the entity after it kills 10 million Cambodians. CK2, Cambodia Kuapia 2 treasure is Angkor Watt, or the capital of temples. It's a Hindu-Buddhist temple complex in Cambodia, located on a site measuring 402 acres, which I think it's all temple. Constructed in 1150 CE, which is, I looked it up, is the same as AD. State college right here, guys, so give me a break. As a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity Vishnu. It was later gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of the century, considered by some experts to be the largest religious structure in the world. It is regarded as one of the best examples of Khmer architecture and a symbol of Cambodia, depicted as a part of the Cambodian national flag. Angkor Wat was built at the behest of the Khmer king Suryavarman II in the early 12th century. Sorry about that pronunciation, in case there are any Cambodians in the chat. So look at this beautiful temple, ripped out of the ground and installed in the ruins tier of the vault, which I think is where we need to go now. Let's see who's here real quick, since we're on our desktop. Oh, one more thing. We want to see where we were, where we are. We're in Cambodia. Let's say goodbye to Cambodia. Eaten up by the murder hobo of the Milky Way, the cosmic beast. This is Siem Reap is the name of the city. Second largest city in Cambodia. The largest is Phnom Penh. Sorry about the pronunciations, those who are from Cambodia. Okay. We go back. You know, I forgot I was Mason Mystery Right for 2 seconds. You know that Detroit by Dark last show, there was about a 5-minute sequence where the audio dropped out. I am a broadcast professional. A lot of people, they don't appreciate what a broadcast professional can do for their program. So now there are those. I'm trying to go fast here. My computer's going to crash. Entity attacks, entity scan killer, sucks all life. The entity sucks all life into the Ichor. It tears that Angkor Watt from the ground. Corrupts the planet. I mean, corrupts that territory. You know, just corrupts it for forever. It's done. It's gone. I'm not even using my keypad. What is going on here? I'm Mason Mystery Right. So if you would like me to continue to host this show, please leave a comment in the chat saying, I like Mason Mystery Right more than Detroit by Dark. I'm not trying to take over the man's show, but he did have an audio dropout, and he left the show up. That's how it went on the air. That's how it fucking went on the air, everybody. Professional. Ah, I did that wrong. Hey, everybody. We look back on Earth as the entity buzzes away. One more thing on the since we're a science fiction type show. You don't need to go outside of the galaxy. You don't need to go to another galaxy for your world building. So give me an example of some reason why you need to go outside of the galaxy. Their distances within our own galaxy are so vast and massive that there is zero reason for your fiction to go outside of our own galaxy. It really is. I know it's a dumb point, but request me in the chat, please. I'm Mason Mystery Right. I'm really wasting time. I get high and the show goes too long. I did everything wrong. We are at the Cosmic Vault. Treasure is installed. Angkor Wat is put into the ruins tier. I really want to thank everyone who showed up today. I want to thank Clearwater Chad for giving us a shout on his fantastic show, and for him covering Stuttering John and showing up on the Tukey show, doing such a great job with those guys. We're going to say one last hello. Doom is here. Jimmy the Drunk is here. Jimmy the Drunk says, the D. Doom says, the final boss stinks. Jimmy Drunk says, outside the galaxy, there could be other planets with life we want to know. There are planets with life within our galaxy. Millions upon probably tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of them. That's my point. Everyone, let's continue the discussion. Are we still live?